Hello and welcome to the new year. This is going to be a New Year's reading. This is not going to specifically apply to 2026. It could. It definitely could. And especially if you're watching this at the time that this reading comes out, you can apply it to that new year. This new year, should I say. But the intention behind this reading is actually more so in the energetic archetype of the new year. And specifically, the millennium. So, as you can see by the nostalgia of the TY teddy bears that I have here, every single one of them is connected to Y2K or the millennium in the year 2000. So we've got the end bear with group number 1, we've got 1999 with group number 2, and then we've got the Y2K bear with group number 3. So these are technically timeless readings. We're just going to be exploring the energy of New Year and the potential that it holds, this collective reset, and how this might shake out for us individually and collectively. So take your time, choose a bear. If you feel drawn to more than one or all of them, that's fine too. You can watch them in succession or in a particular order, or just settle on one. Whatever your intuition is guiding you to, let yourself follow that. We're going to have some fun today, and a little housekeeping before we get into the readings themselves. Want to thank you guys for your patience with me and your support as I was sick, and I'm just now kind of like starting to get back into the rhythm of things and recording videos and doing client work and stuff like that. So thank you so much, everybody who has sent love, prayers, positive messages, kind words. Any and all support is welcomed in the highest good. What else? I'm not currently taking on any private readings. I'm still working my way through the list of readings that were ordered in November and December. So again, thank you guys for your patience with that. If you ordered a reading, I have 3 more, I think. Yeah, 3 more. So I should be able to get those out fairly soon. I think that's it. So if you're still here, make your selection and we'll see you in your reading. All right. Hi, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the end bear. And I've actually never looked at his little, what do you call these? Like the little dog tags or the bear tags. So I kind of am curious to see what this says. It's been in this since I got it. Okay. The end. All good things come to an end. It's been fun for everyone. Peace and hope are never gone. Love you all and say so long. Okay. Usually they have names, and this one doesn't have a name. He's just the end. So it's like nameless, formless. He kind of reminds me of the void, like he's not shapeless, but he doesn't have a name. He's kind of holding a bit of like death energy, but I also like that there's this firework here. So it's not like a negative death type of energy. It's like it's giving me like a celebration. There's a finality to it, but it's a celebration. It's like graduating from class. There's a sense of increased anticipation about what's to come. There's a sense of nostalgia. There's an appreciation for what came before. There's a relief from the stage that you were in, and then there's a celebration of being done with that, and also about moving to the next stage of life or state of being. So this new year energy that you guys have going on here feels very freeing, actually. I want to say very freeing. And he doesn't seem to be resisting the ending. It feels like there's a lot of hope attached to this new beginning. There's a lot of pressure that's being taken off, I'm sensing as well. Some kind of a burden has been lifted. So this is not a bad ending. It's a good ending. I feel like this ending is also going to help you see things more clearly. The beginning is the ending. The ending is the beginning. And so it gives you a fresh perspective. It gives you a deeper mentality or awareness. Like your state of being feels like it's shifting fundamentally. It's like aging or growing up is kind of the sense that I'm getting. So it's the end of one life stage and the beginning of the next. So it's not really just a new year, it's a new stage of life is the sense. That's the vibration that's coming through. Okay, so that being said, where should we put him? Just over here, like that. And we'll get into some cards. I'm seeing the Gilded Tarot for you guys, so I'll grab that. All right. What does group number 1 need to know? I just realized I didn't even mean to do that, but this was the intuitive pick that I felt called to, and they're both black and gold. There's like gold, Judgment card. Yeah, there's a resurrection, number 20. Okay. Two final stages, maybe ending as well, because I'm getting 2 10s. And again, it's giving me death energy. But the Judgment card does speak of resurrection. So it's not like a final death, because it's not a complete ending of everything. It's like life goes on, but it just changes, and there is a finality to it in that sense, because there's no going back. You can only go forward. But at the same time, it's still going. Does that make sense? Like the cycles of the years go on, the cycles of life go on. Okay, so we have the 3 of Swords. There could be some deep pain around endings in general that you're working through. Because I'm kind of seeing that here with the way that he was so preserved. He's like the only one that has one of these little guards on his tag. So how we try to like embalm the dead and preserve them because we don't want to let go, because we don't want to grieve. But this teddy bear seems to be saying it's okay to let things go. It's okay to move on. There's hope in the future. There's new horizons. You also have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Oh, I heard take a break. Well, usually in the new year, that's what we do, right? We try to take some time. We get some time off work sometimes, or we'll get the inclination to want to kind of reset everything and have some time, whether it's going on vacation or it's deep cleaning your house, kind of like doing spring cleaning, but in whatever time of the year. And it's always been interesting to me that January is the new year, when really the new year is like the spring equinox and the rebirth of the sun, when we're looking at it that way. But I'm just getting this sense that as you go through this period, whatever time you're watching this reading, it feels like you're finishing something, you're putting it down, like a sculptor putting the final finishing touches on their masterpiece. There's a sense of satisfaction. There's a sense of goal achievement in that. But at the same time, it's like he's finished with that. There's no more working on that. It's done. And maybe he wants to sell it, or he has to sell it. And it's like, it's no longer his anymore. And all of that precious time and energy that were invested into that endeavor, or whatever it was, like in this case, the sculptor, he making that sculpture, all of the blood, sweat, and tears that went into that is now over, and it's done. And it's not like he doesn't get anything out of it, but he can no longer continue to contribute in the same way, or to continue to spend his time in the same way. So this New Year's energy for you, group number 1, it does come with some endings, and it's not unpleasant, but it does come with some grief. I just have to say that. It does feel like it comes with some grief. But let's see where you're going, where are you going with this? Yeah, death. I was going to say, it's giving me death energy, and here we have death again. I mean, I was mentioning it with the teddy bear itself, like this particular Beanie Baby is reminding me of death. And it's kind of like how our childhoods are dead. You know what I mean? Like, they're not, because our inner child lives in us and it carries on and it continues forward with us. But we can never go back and re-experience that same thing, you know? Like, we can never go back and just relive a day in the life of being a child again. We can't reset going backwards. We can only reset going forwards. So there is a finality to this. I keep getting that message coming through for you guys. It is an ending. So maybe like you're sitting there and going, what is ending? Well, if you're not seeing the ending yet, this new year may hold that for you. You may conclude something major in your life. And it feels like it's something that you decide on, but if it's not something that you decide on and it's something that you feel like you lost or that you lose, just know that this is all bringing about a shift. It's not that it's teaching you lessons per se, it's helping you to grow. It is helping you to grow. Because I keep getting this energy or this message about maturity. It's like the sculptor grieves all of the effort he put into that masterpiece. He can always look back on it in his mind and appreciate that. And he takes his skill that he developed through the accomplishment of that goal and that task. But he moves to the next thing, and maybe his style will change and he'll start creating different types of sculptures, or maybe he starts working with different mediums of artistic expression, like paint instead or wood instead. So that this is the metaphor that's coming through for you. You may experience some pretty profound changes. It could be, you know what, I was going to say a particular area of life, and then Spirit kind of stopped me and was like, no, we're not going to put any finite restrictions or even like labels on what this might look like for you. It's just the energy that wants to be explored. It's the energy that wants you to understand it and to work with it rather than against it. It will be very helpful to work with it. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come up. Grief. Allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to experience that nostalgia. And nostalgia is a bit bittersweet. And this new year energy for you is the conclusion of something major. And so it does feel bittersweet. It does. So let yourself have that moment. You are moving in a different direction, and you're going to be called to move in a different way. This is a reset. I keep getting that very, very strongly for you. And it means that you have a different direction that you're going to go in. You're going to be moving in accordance with what the divine is positioning you with and what you've chosen at a higher soul level. So get ready to embrace that, because new roads are opening up for you. That's coming through very strongly. Okay, you have the Six of Swords and the Four of Wands. New doors. I'm hearing new orders. It's like you've been on a mission in this one area, and now you're being given new orders, and you're being relocated, or you're being repositioned, or you're having to move this level of skill to the next level. So let yourself move with that. Let yourself move with that. 1111 could be a significant number for you right now. It's an activation code, but I'm also seeing this as a portal and a gateway. And you're moving towards that gateway, maybe slowly, maybe hesitantly, maybe with a little bit of stress still being weighed on your shoulders from the ending that's concluded, but that's okay. That's fine. That's perfectly fine, because where you're being led is truly divine. I'm getting that coming through very, very strongly. It is truly divine, but it is a bit bittersweet. Okay, let's see. What else wants to come through for group number 1? Oh, Two of Pentacles hitting the Death card there, and it's in reverse. Feels a little bit like you're trying to weigh up your options on where you can go next, or even trying to bargain. What are the 5 stages of grief? I can't remember, and I'm probably not going to list them in order. It's like bargaining with death. It's like you're trying to, I think bargaining is one of them. Sadness, anger, denial, bartering, and then acceptance. Something like that. So it's like there's a process to this, and if you can see that and understand it, it'll help you get through it. This is a very specific message that is not going to be for everyone, and this is not a predictive message. This is for someone who has recently lost a family member. This is for you, okay? That may be why the New Year energy here feels a little almost tainted. It's not. It's just, it's bittersweet because it's a fresh start, but you've lost something. Now, it's only if that has already happened. Okay, now that's destabilizing. I know I lost my mom in 2022, so it is very destabilizing and it's very painful, and it can cause you to rethink a lot of things in your life. But it does change you. It does kind of force you to grow. And in this case, I feel like the position that you're in is going to bring about some kind of welcome distraction, whether or not you've lost someone. Okay, so we're kind of getting back into the main message again. And that person who lost someone, you can come right along with us. It's still for you, but we're going to bring in the rest of the group again. So this direction that you're moving in, it feels purposeful, even though in the moment it may feel a little confused or aimless. Like you're not quite sure what direction to go. Even if you have an idea of what you might want to do next, it's kind of like this is new territory. This is uncharted lands that you're moving into here. And so there is kind of like this, how do I navigate? That may be how you're feeling or what comes up as you move through the portal of the old into the new. So the best thing I could say that I could recommend here is for you to focus on what grounds you and what gives you a sense of purpose, what focuses you, what practically really helps you to move forward. And I'm really noticing, and my attention is being drawn to the Pentacles cards. So 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, or Ace of Pentacles. It feels like being able to maybe do something practical, hands-on. Maybe it's work-oriented, maybe it's hobby-oriented, maybe it's food or exercise. There's something about the physical reality that is going to help ground you through this transition. And I'm hearing, and get back on track. And it's not like you were ever off track, but this death kind of knocks us, it puts us, it throws us through a loop. Everybody, it always does, no matter whether it's a literal death or it's a cycle of change. Either way, transformation is not always easy. Actually, it's fairly often not easy. So this change is no different than that. And it does require some level of balance when it comes to practical matters so that you can feel a little more anchored, a little more grounded through this big shift. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands coming out as well. And the 8 of Swords. You are getting some difficult energy here. But it's not all is lost. So don't fear. Don't be afraid. And don't worry about it. Because first of all, I believe that you can handle it. You are handling it. You've handled it before, you'll handle it again. But second of all, it feels similar, again, I'm going to go back to that metaphor of like it's graduating from university or graduating from a level of school. There is a celebration to that. So there's good things. 7 of Cups. A little bit of respite would do you well, group number 1. A little bit of respite would do you well. Maybe letting yourself find some peace in the best way that you can. 7 of Swords and the 2 of Cups. Okay. On the back of the deck, I almost wanted to say back of the deck, but usually I say the bottom of the deck, you've got the King of Cups. I am going to go in with clarifiers, and then we'll get oracle cards as well. I want to actually clarify this 7 of Swords. Judgment again. That was on the bottom before. Now here she is, or it is again. Usually I see the 7 of Swords as thievery and dishonesty and where we're lied to or we lie to ourselves. But in this moment, I'm actually seeing him taking his swords and being like, this is going to be painful, but I'm going to move to the next camp because I don't belong here anymore. My work is done here. And even though he's probably cutting his hands by carrying the swords like that by the blade, it's like he's kind of just rushing to get out of there, and he doesn't have time to find the sheaths and organize everything and carry it properly. He's just like, no, I have to go. That's kind of the energy I'm getting here. It's similar to the 8 of Cups, but the reason it's not the 8 of Cups and it's the 7 of Swords is I think because the 8 of Cups can be more so about this pursuit that feels satisfying to you, or you're looking for emotional fulfillment, whereas this one feels kind of like an escape. It's like an exit. And you're taking that exit, you're taking the off-ramp, you're going through the door that leads outside, you're not staying where you were. And for many of you, that's by choice. So it's not like something is being ripped out from underneath you. Instead of the rug being pulled out from under your feet, maybe instead it's the wool being pulled from off your eyes. And this is bringing you a sense of clarity where there once was confusion or a lack of decision, because I'm getting something about indecision coming through. And now you're able to make a definitive call on where, maybe not even where you want to be, but at least you know where you don't want to be, or where you can no longer stay. Relationships may be very helpful in stabilizing you, looking to the people around you who you trust and who help you to feel safe, or who can provide opportunities in regard to the healing of the heart. Yeah, look at that on the bottom. I just pointed to the 3 of Swords, and then I unconsciously kind of flipped this over without thinking, and it's the 3 of Swords on the bottom as well. So same card. So friendships could be very helpful here to get you through this transition, whether it's good or it's full of grief. Either way, these friendships are going to help you to handle some of the stress. And I'm hearing mental stamina. It's like these friends are going to give you back some energy and mental stamina to be able to continue and to progress in a way that does feel empowering to you or helps you get your power back. So I'm seeing a lot of things right now, and there's many examples that are coming to mind that, like, the way that this shift could look, and I'm not being called to mention them. I don't know why, but I'm not being called to mention them because I don't want to pigeonhole the message into only one linear way of thinking about it. But basically, it does feel a little bit dramatic. Fireworks are dramatic. They're loud, they're aggressive, but they're also very beautiful. So it's not always a bad thing. Yeah, okay, thank you, Spirit. Look at this. We've got the 4 of Swords. Was that the 4 of Swords on the bottom the whole time and not the 3 of Swords? No, it was the 3 of Swords. Okay. For some reason, all of a sudden, it just felt like the 3 of Swords was the 4 of Swords, which is good. So the 4 of Swords is this respite. I mentioned that earlier. So this is coming in to confirm it. And I'm hearing the word acclimate. giving yourself some time to rest is going to help you to acclimate. It's helping you to heal your heart as well and clearing out some cobwebs. This is like a clean sweep of your life. So anything that doesn't agree with you anymore, not like other people who don't agree with you, but anything that, like, let's say, for example, you eat something and your stomach says no by getting a little nauseous, that's a signal that it means that doesn't agree with you anymore. That's what I mean. And this could just be energetic. It's like you realize that the way that you once felt isn't how you felt now, or how you feel now, or where you once thrived or benefited or were very stable becomes unstable. And it's not like it's temporary and you just have to kind of get through it to get it to be regrounding again. It's like that because you've outgrown it, because you no longer belong there. So that's something to keep in mind. Now the 9 of Cups and the Page of Cups are here as well. So like I was saying, it doesn't feel like it's all negative. It feels like there's a lot of positive stuff here too. 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, self-fulfillment, happiness, wishes come true, dreams and desires. All of these things manifesting in a way because it feels like you're giving yourself the time to explore what you do want and to get out of limiting situations. Something about a callback I just heard as well. And then we've got the Page of Cups. I did mention artist energy, and I was seeing in my head like this sculptor switching to paint, and here he is with his easel and his paint, and he's exploring how to express through that medium, because pages are young energy. So even if you're a master sculptor, you're stepping into this new era where you're a little bit unsure of yourself because it's new territory. But the great thing about this is that this ending and this new year energy is the building of a new foundation. And it feels, I'm hearing 9-year cycle, okay? So it feels like a very long cycle that you're going to be in here. And that's why it feels so dramatic and so big and so final, leaving the previous year behind, because things are never going to be the same again. And you know that, or your soul knows that at the very least. Even if you don't know what's coming, you can sense that. Most definitely. You can feel this is going to be big, or this is big. And it is benefiting you in the long run. Most definitely. No doubt in my mind about that. Okay. We have the 8 of Pentacles again. So you had it here in reverse. And I get the sense that you are going to be cooking something up. You've manifested this change. Not necessarily all of the circumstances involved. There's things that sometimes just are out of our control. But I'm seeing you manifesting the change and choosing how you want to move differently, because you are paying attention to what no longer resonates with you, what no longer feels digestible, what no longer agrees. And it feels like something that you once thought would last forever, you come to the realization that it's not meant to last anymore. And that, again, it brings that grief in, that it's a bit painful, but it's also, I'm getting this feeling of excitement. It's kind of the same message that's been coming up since the very beginning. But the examples that are coming through, now for some reason I'm being called to mention them, is kind of like ending a career and moving into a different field. And basically starting from scratch. But there's excitement because it's new, it's fresh, it's a challenge. It causes you to have to grow. You need to mature through that, because there's certain practices that you can't take with you from what came before. There are certain skills and things that you can, but there's a lot that you can't because it just doesn't apply anymore. Or another example is ending a relationship. Especially if it was a bad one, but even if it was a good one, sometimes they just run their course and it just doesn't fit anymore. Like your favorite shoes that technically they still work, but your foot doesn't fit in them anymore. And trying to cram your foot into it is painful. And so at some point you kind of have to admit to yourself, this doesn't fit anymore, and it's causing me more pain to try and force it than it would to just kind of rip the Band-Aid off and move to the next size up. And there's excitement when it comes, there's grief around letting go of that shoe, but then, or that relationship, it's not a shoe, but you know what I mean, that relationship or that thing or whatever it is. But there's excitement in the exploration of seeking out something new, whether it's buying a new shoe or getting back into the dating scene or something like that. And these are just examples. They don't have to apply directly. They could be very symbolic, but I finally got the go-ahead to say them, and I don't know why there was hesitancy in me saying it before, but whatever, spirit works in mysterious ways. And then you have the Ten of Swords. It's the finality, it's the ending, and there could be, like I mentioned earlier with the first Judgment card that made an appearance, the 2 tens really stood out to me, and it feels like there's potentially two major endings in your life. But there's hope on the horizon because the sun is rising. And even though she's feeling completely exhausted and drained and overwhelmed and feeling that pressure, I can see in my mind's eye when the sign, something about a sign, everywhere's a sign. That song is coming through, but I meant to say as the sun rises and gets up above the horizon, when it's full in the sky, I'm seeing these knives or swords in her back dissolve. That's the image I'm being shown. So it's kind of like as this new year gets its feet under it and starts gaining momentum, and you with it, this sense of self, because the sun represents our sense of self, our personal power, our identity, as that rises and begins to grow and it sets up shop there in the upper territory of the horizon, top of the sky, this is going to provide relief because some of that stuff from the past, it doesn't necessarily just dissolve, but the weight of it becomes like a feather. So it's no longer steel. It's not icy steel anymore. It's a light, soft feather. I'm seeing white feathers in my mind's eye, even though in this one we actually see the raven or the crow with the black feather instead. But I'm seeing a white feather, clairvoyantly. Page of Swords on the bottom. New endeavors, new learning. I just heard the little melody, back to school from the movie Billy Madison. So you could be going back to school, literally, figuratively, whatever the case might be. All right, I just needed to reposition because my foot was falling asleep and now it's coming back to life. It's waking up and it's tingling and it's uncomfortable. It's like that pressure that built up for so long. And as the nerve reawakens and the feeling comes back, it's uncomfortable. And I feel like this is highly symbolic of what's taking place in this new year, the archetype of this fresh start for you, group number 1. It is unpleasant. A little bit as the awakening takes place, as this death and rebirth occurs. The resurrection is not always an easy process. It's like you're getting jolted. I'm being shown somebody who was unconscious or not breathing, not responsive, and it's like CPR and hammering on the chest and breaking the ribs and then pulling out those clear zzz. It's like that. You're being brought back to life. It is a good thing. This year will hold that for you. You are being kind of like shocked into awakening, or you could be going through a dark night of the soul type of energy. You could have come out of that as well. So if it's not applying to the new year that's coming forward or that you're moving into, it could be where you're coming from. But either way, the energy is there. And it's a blessing in disguise because it really does change your life. It really does set you on a trajectory that helps the maturity of your soul to progress, because it is bringing you a lot of consciousness in different areas of life. It's kind of testing your limits a bit. You're moving leaps and bounds, I want to say, outside of your comfort zone, which is, again, no easy task, but you will be able to make it work. You will, and you will benefit from that. Okay, let's go in with the, I'm hearing deep dive. I was going to say, let's go in with the wisdom of the oracle. What's the deep dive? Something about the ways of water, deep diving into the ways of water, like whales deep diving in the ocean, or Avatar, the ways of water is what it's reminding me of as well, the movie. Okay, you have mending. I just heard all will be revealed. You have exchanging gifts. Something about tokens of friendship is coming up as well. Poised. I'm hearing dance the dance of life. Spirit's been saying that in a couple of the readings that I've done recently, I've noticed. Behind the scenes more so, but I think I said it in at least one other one somewhere. And then milk and honey. Ooh, good. I heard joyous prosperity. Okay. So there is sweetness amidst the bitter, and you might have bitter first and then sweet after. It's not always at the same time. It could be, but it may be coming in waves is kind of the way that I'm feeling it, because it's reminding me of water. And we've got this deep diving into these deeper realms, and water represents emotion. So yeah, there's a lot of emotion, both good and bad. Not that any emotion is technically bad, but there's a lot of disparity between the range of emotions, basically. Very high and also very low. And then regeneration here. Something about a picture I'm being shown, picture or picture perfect. Taking a mental picture of something or reminiscing by looking at pictures. There is a sense of nostalgia here, or taking pictures so that you can remember things, but not necessarily feeling like you need those, like don't cling on to them, I want to say. Okay. Come to the edge is also there as well, but I'm just going to put regeneration there. We'll leave come to the edge down here on the edge, on the peripheries, because this is what you're doing. You're poised right on the edge. Oh yeah, that's right. I just realized, because I was seeing that reference to Avatar, the Way of Water again in my mind, the James Cameron movie. And I'm like, how is that connected here? Why does that keep coming back into my mind? And then I realized in that movie, they have to leave their home. So they leave the forest and then they move into a different tribe. That's the water tribe. And they really don't know how to exist there. They're not really like made for that, but they need to go there for safety, and they end up learning skills that they didn't have before because they didn't need them. They didn't need to hold their breath for long periods of time in the forest because they weren't diving deep down. But they end up learning how to do that, and that's the growth. That's the progression. That's the level of maturity that I'm seeing here. Now, community is also part of this, because I'm seeing, again, friendship being important, or relationships in general. It doesn't have to be friends per se. It could be family, could be romantic partners. But it just feels like connection is crucial. Connection is going to help you to see things from different perspectives and to grow. To really majorly grow from that. I did not realize that this reading is 38 minutes long. Oh my God. So we'll get some final closing messages, and those 3 cards wanted to be it. So that's what we're going to do. On the bottom, we have the Hound and Pair with loyalty. And I was just talking about connections, making those connections, keeping those connections that are beneficial to you, that not even because they're beneficial, but because you know that they fit you well and they still feel good. Those types of people are going to be, you may be pivoting with them, You could be changing together. One stage of the relationship dies to move into the next one. Okay, we have the snail and the huckleberry. Trust in the invisible. Time will tell, I heard. Trust in the invisible. The dragonfly and pansy, balance. I love that this is coming out because dragonflies are really fast at maneuvering. They can pivot on a dime. And I feel this agility from you that will come as you continue through the progression of the ending and new beginning of this year, especially since you had that Two of Pentacles in reverse, which is like a major imbalance of some kind. I feel like this is going to all balance out. And Spirit is saying clearly here, trust in the invisible. Trust in what you can't see, because there is a regeneration going on, and there's a lot of benefit that you're going to get from that. Then the spider and passion flower is here as well. Creative ingenuity. This could be a new era of your life where your creativity is sparked like it's never been sparked before. And often it's through difficult times in life that we grow the most, and we can relay that in some way. The spider sometimes speaks of storytelling, and what just jumped into my mind was how J.R.R. Tolkien was in World War II, and that's why The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series and all the other books that he wrote have a lot of war in them, and also a lot of hope. A lot of hope and a lot of community and connection. It's not great deeds that hold power over darkness. It is the small and simple deeds of common folk. That's not a direct quote. I'm kind of not plagiarizing, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm kind of paraphrasing there, but I feel like you are going to be inspired by whatever it is you go through this year. And you're going to take that and you're going to make something really beautiful from that, even if it's just yourself, remaking yourself. Okay, group number 1, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this was helpful. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. There's a lot of beauty to come, and I'm wishing you the best for the year ahead and beyond. Much love, many blessings, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the 1999 bear, and let's see what his tag says. Oh, it just says 1999 signature bear. Okay, it's giving me like this new year you will have a signature look, and I'm also getting a message about this year feeling as though you're going to party like you've never partied before. You know, like we're going to party like it's 1999, and it's going to be ruckus in some way. That's the essence of the energy that I'm picking up on initially here. So there's something really fun, really flirty, really kind of, I'm seeing like Carmen Miranda with her big fruit hat, whatever that means. It just feels kind of saucy, playful, fun. That's the energy that you guys have. What a contrast from group number 1. But yeah, that's what's coming through. So let's get into your message. I haven't selected any decks, so I'm just going to feel around and see what I'm drawn to. The first one I'm getting is actually the archetype pocket. No, it's not archetype. It's the pocket animal deck. Oh my gosh. Animal spirit guidebook. Animal spirit deck. Oh my God. You know what? Just like being in your energy, group number 2, it feels like nothing really matters. You don't take life so seriously. This new year energy for you just feels kind of like anything goes. It's like anything goes. And I'm being shown Roger Rabbit. That's funny. You know, it's kind of silly. And you're like a cartoon character in like a real life situation, or there could be something about the rabbit that is significant, or the name Roger. But yeah, there's some kind of mystery that you're solving as well. Oh yeah, Roger Rabbit does solve a mystery in that movie, but there's like an air of sort of silliness about this. It's like a fun mystery, like a murder mystery, you know? It's like that. Okay, so you have the lion on the bottom. I'm hearing season of the lion, so that could be an era of this year that feels very regal, very powerful, very, okay, I'm seeing a lion lounging out in the savannah, and he's just kind of like lazing around. There's nothing to do. It feels really nice and relaxing. He feels really like he's in his house and he has his power and he's all good. That's a wonderful feeling. Something could be connected to Leo season as well. Could be connected to Leo season. Let's take a look at what we got here as well. You've got the vulture in reverse. I heard waiting around for the scraps of the lion. The vultures, but they're not going to get anything. And then I heard don't take life so seriously. So something that ends as the new year begins feels like there's nothing left on it. Like you've picked those bones clean. So there's nothing left for the birds. There's nothing left that needs to be recycled, or I'm also hearing the word regurgitated. There's nothing that needs to be that you need to be brought back to. There's no past energy anymore, is what it feels like. Okay. Golden egg. I like that. Cobra. Is this a bird's egg or is it a snake egg? Bird and snake. The hummingbird. And lizard. I was going to say that's 2 for bird, and then you got 2 for lizard. Lizard eggs, bird eggs. Either way, the egg is hatching. It's almost giving me like merging those two together, like bird lizards, like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs may have had feathers. And again, we don't know that because all we have is their bones, right? The bones. There's nothing left but the bones. Everything else has been picked clean. And so it's hard to kind of tell what came before. But there's some kind of fun to it. I'm seeing Jurassic Park, and it's like a theme park, right? Or that was the original intention in the first movie. It's like a theme park, and something about media sharing I just heard. Okay, that was random and kind of interjected into my thought. But this feels fun. This feels freeing for you. It feels like you are more relaxed this year than you've ever been, or than you've been in a long time. It feels like you're very sure of yourself. It feels like you may have a lot to contend with, actually, weirdly. You may have a lot kind of going on this year. It's like a party. Like there's a lot going on, but you're not stressed about that. You're not worried about it. You're not concerned because you're having a good time. Something about the tables turning. I just heard the tables turning. And I'm being called to the coffee cup. So I think what we'll do is we'll kind of go around there, like spin around like that, table turning. We'll get clarifiers for each of these animal cards that we have. So for the vulture, actually I do feel that one. Pearl, hidden gem. Okay. Something you've been waiting on is revealed. We have the turtle. That's going to be for the egg, the golden egg. Turtle eggs could be significant. Bear, strength and resourceful with the cobra. Feels like you're not afraid of anything. I'm hearing laissez-faire, and then I saw the dude from, what is that movie? Big Lebowski. Okay, you've got the groom card, husband and marriage with the hummingbird, and relocation and home with the house, with the lizard. And then as soon as I put this card down, I saw a lizard in a tank with the heat lamp on and just lounging on the rock. And the rock has soaked up all the heat from the heat lamp. And it's kind of like when you put on warm clothes straight out of the dryer. It's like, ah, yes, nice and toasty. That's what this feels like. And there's a lot of calmness, even though there's a lot of maybe like fun things to do. There's also a lot of relaxation. It kind of feels like being on vacation. because it's a bit of both. Like there's a lot to do, a lot to see. There's lots of things, activities, but at the same time, there's no pressure. There's no stress. Everything feels fun and relaxed. This is sounding and feeling wonderful. Wonderful. Group number 2. On the bottom, you have the scarab, nourishment and transformation. And I was almost going to put my scarab in the corner here today. I was going to put it over here, and then I don't know why I didn't. I think I just kind of forgot to do it. But yeah, that blue scarab seems significant since I have that here. And it did call my attention earlier on. Okay. So maybe we'll put that scarab right in the middle. Okay, and then astrology. So what are some of the themes? We're going to dig into these cards as we have them laid out here a little deeper in just a sec, but I kind of want to just get these astrology decks, or astrology cards on the table as well. Water. Okay, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. The water, that's where the pearl is hidden. And I'm seeing somebody diving down, not super, super deep into the ocean. It's kind of like in the shallow because you can still see the sun, but I'm seeing like a sandbar and there's oysters in there, and somebody's dove down. You presumably have gone down and found this treasure trove of pearls. So not just one, but many. It's like the golden goose energy. What are you doing this year, group 2? What are you doing differently? Or, I mean, maybe you don't know yet and you'll find out as time unfolds, but you're definitely doing something differently, or things have just changed in such a way that it's allowing you a lot of free time, or it's giving you ownership over your time or over your energy, or your finances could be shifting in a very positive way, because I'm seeing like these jewels, the gem, the sapphire here, the golden egg. It feels abundant, especially with the home here and the sensation of that lizard sitting on the rock. It feels like it's very protected, and it feels like it's very safe, and therefore you can really kind of let down your guard and just enjoy. Oh, wow. Okay, so you had water, and now you have fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. And for some reason, as I was saying all that, I wanted to say Scorpio again. So something about Scorpio and fire. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, Scorpio is kind of like the fieriest of the water signs. The fieriest of the water signs. Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. Something's coming to something's coming full circle, and I'm being shown that the table's turning again. So if you were in a bad spot and your back was up against the wall, this new year holds an energy of freedom from that. It's like you're not under such pressure anymore. And there's a sensation of blessings, especially emotional blessings, like the calmness and the fun, and something about pretty faces. I just heard, what? Pretty faces. I'm being shown golden coins with faces on the coins. Value, beauty, aesthetics, Venus type energy. Something about a Venus activation. Oh, and then of course, 7th house comes out, because that's isn't that Libra? Yeah, Libra, and Libra's Venus energy. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Some of you could be settling down. This new year could be like this whole new generation of your life where you're settled in your home and you're settled with your spouse, or you're settled with your finances. It just feels like you're settled. And now that you are settled, or you're like retired or something, but you're settled in such a way that you can now prioritize the things that you once put on the back burner because you had more pressing matters at hand, because you had I'm seeing something about hot shoes. Hot shoes, but I was being shown like a frying pan. Maybe you felt like you were out of the frying pan into the fire. Well, now you're out of the fire and into the water, and you can just cool down and float and relax like a lazy river. Just float right down the river of this year, because it will feel first of all, like a blessing, and it's like healing the scorching burns that I'm seeing all over this metaphorical, symbolic body of yourself or whatever. It's like there's healing that takes place from the peacefulness and from the fun that you're able to have. It's healing for you. Something about the skin is important as well. Snakes shed their skin. And again, I'm being shown like nothing left but the bones. The first thing to go is the skin. It sheds. And then the bones are the last thing to remain. It feels like there's a stable relationship here. The bones of it are very strong. Very strong. Pluto, transform. Is Scorpio ruled by Pluto? I feel like it is. And then Mercury, think, learn, network, and communicate. I think it is. The butterflies here are standing out to me in both of these as well. You could be a bit of a social butterfly this year, or it could hold that energy for you where you're networking a lot. Again, you're partying a lot, but you're also resting a lot. You're taking your time to regenerate as needed, recuperating yourself, especially if you're shedding your skin in a major way, or you've been through previously some kind of a death cycle. And this is like the rebirth phase where things really just kind of settle out. That's what I'm seeing. Put this over here. Pluto's also about power and power dynamics, and I feel like you are put back in your own power this year. This new year helps to catalyze that for you, because you find something of true worth and value. And out of that comes some kind of solace for the past. I just got a message about as well, like solace for the past. You're able to repair your heart. I'm being shown a heart sewn back together with something about indelible ink, and I'm being shown somebody's signature on the heart. It's like somebody has made a mark on your heart that will last forever because they have healed it. And I'm being shown this stitching of the heart with this type of stitching that magnifies the magic, whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but it's like the stitching in the heart magnifies the magic. Again, I'm being shown theme parks like Disneyland, fun amusement places. So there's a lot of amusement. It's giving me sort of fifth house energy. Fifth house, like dating, romance, children, hobbies, fun, play, parties, connections like that. And obviously we have seventh house here. I don't know why I pointed at Pluto. Seventh house over here. And this could be the transformation of a significant relationship. Okay, a message about moving a mile a minute is coming through and needing to nourish yourself more. The hummingbird has to intake, what is it, like 36,000 calories a day or something like that? I can't remember if it's like 24,000 calories or 36,000 calories, but it's a shit ton of calories, okay? And that's why they constantly are looking for the nectar and the flowers. Sometimes they'll even eat small bugs and things like that because they have such a high metabolism. Their heart rate is just through the roof. It's like buzz. It's a buzz, not a beat. And so they require a lot of nourishment. I just also noticed that this says transformation and this says transform. You probably already noticed that, but for some reason that escaped me. So transformation and transform. It feels like you're being well fed. You know, it's like if you went from being like a starving alley cat, you are now adopted and pampered to the nth degree. You know, you're like princess on the pillow kind of thing. I'm just seeing this like cat that's got like a beautiful diamond collar and a little name tag made of gold, and she's sitting on this very beautiful, proper velvet red pillow. It's like, it's very regal and it's self-assured, it's very confident, and it's comfortable. Like, that's the best feeling. Like this reading, I just love it. This new year, this energy, there's a sense of comfort to it. And I'm hearing it's a long time coming, or it's been a long time coming. So this feels like something that you've been wanting for quite some time, needing, actually. I want to say it's not even want, like this feels like it was a need. So and I'm being shown somebody with their back against the wall again. So and I'm hearing prepared. Okay, sorry, there's a lot, there's a lot coming through all at once. But it's it just like everything kind of turns, and it feels like if in the past you did feel like your back was against the wall and you were at a loss and you were losing and life was really, really difficult and you were dragging your feet and everything felt like something about a grudge I just heard as well. It's like now you don't hold a grudge because you finally get the comfort you were needing. You finally get the accommodations. You finally get the support. You finally get the healing, the love, the time, the play, the fun. This feels necessary. Absolutely necessary. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So, princess treatment, prince treatment, king treatment, regal treatment. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy this year. Okay, let's take a look at some more cards. I'm being drawn over to this other tarot deck that I have. So I'm going to clarify. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to like specifically clarify. I'm just going to pull and see what comes up. King of Pentacles. And then I wanted to put that on Hidden Gem. So value. Yeah, value. And that's what I was just seeing. I was like princess treatment, prince treatment, king treatment. And then I was thinking, it was kind of reminding me of King of Pentacles. Very regal, very secure. Living in the lush garden, I'm hearing. Living in the lush garden, and there's like a harvest, and there's bounty, there's abundance. It's good living, comforts of home. Think like hobbits in the Shire. It's safe, it's cozy, it's fun, there's ale and parties, and then there's food, and then there's friends and family and kicking your feet up in front of the fire, and it's just very, very nice. Now, too much of that can become a little humdrum, but this feels like you really needed that, because let's say, for example, we'll look at like The Hobbit, for example, or Lord of the Rings. It's like you really went through the ringer. You walked all the way to Mount Doom and back, or you walked all the way to Erebor and back, and it's just like you really need some time to rest after all that you were put through. And the High Priest, wow. Taurus, very strongly coming through here as well. King of Pentacles, you can see the bull in the background. And then the High Priest is the Hierophant, and that's ruled by Taurus. It's like you're bulking up for the season. You got all of these berries and fruits. I'm seeing this bear gaining weight. And that doesn't mean that you have to gain weight, but I mean, if you're doing a lot of lounging and a lot of good eating and a lot of doing not much, then you might. So be careful. Little warning there, or disclaimer. But yeah, if you don't want to gain weight, nothing wrong with it. But it's like you were starving and there was nothing left but bones, and now energetically you are nourished again, and you're filling out energetically. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Some kind of worldly magic has taken place. This message is channeling through. Hold on one sec. What does that mean? Some kind of worldly magic. Manifestation, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not getting an additional clarification on what that was about, but something about worldly magic has taken place. That's great. That's fantastic. My goodness, you guys. 10 of Cups. Like, I don't know what to say. This is the most beautiful reading. See how they're happy. There's a playful otter. Otters always represent fun and playfulness, but also community. They're willing to battle. They're willing to go hard, but they are also very sweet and cuddly, and they like to connect. So I'm seeing a lot of connection, a lot of love. If you want to build a family, this is a great year to do it. That just came through. Wow, okay, yeah. There's a lot of satisfaction, emotional satisfaction this year. Something about savings I just heard. Savings will quadruple. Man, you guys in this group are really blessed. But it's meant to be that way because it feels like you went through the ringer, and so you were hard pressed for long enough, and it's like it's time now. It's time to have the other side of the equation. And yeah, okay, yeah. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is like having no savings, being left out in the cold. Again, that example of the alley cat that's like starving, gets welcomed in, and then gets treated to the best. And it's giving me like Five of Pentacles to 10 of Pentacles energy. Like a Cinderella story or something like that. Knight of Wands. And she's heading in the direction of the village. She's heading in the direction of the village. Going home. Because I was going to put it right here, and it's pointing right to the home card. Relocation could be something that happens in this new year. Finding a new place to live, something that's a lot more comfortable. I'm hearing the word lenient. Lenient. If this is a place of work that feels more like home to you, it's a lot more lenient. If you have a boss, they pay you more, and they're very kind to you. Very supportive. Yeah, okay. Harvest. I did mention harvest. Yep. This is the harvest year for you. You've been working hard. I'm hearing the word diligent. So diligently, you've been diligently working at this for a long time. The letter D somehow is significant as well. What is that talking about? I'm just seeing it like that. Oh, and you know how in the olden days, when we didn't have emojis, we would make smiley faces with colon, what is that called? Bracket, and then or colon and D for a big smiley face. This is a big smiley face year. Oh my God, what a blessing. I'm so happy for you guys. What a freaking blessing. It's a beautiful year. On the bottom, we have the Three of Swords. This is a very specific message that's coming through. Somebody may be buying a house that needs a little bit of work put into it, like a fixer-upper. Or you could have put a lot of work into something and now you're able to relax and enjoy the rewards of that, the hard work that you put into it, to creating this home, whatever it is, whether it's a literal home or it's a symbolic home. But she's carrying groceries. She's got the full water trough over here. She's got a beautiful swan right out front and a lit lantern. So even though there's windows here that are boarded up, what's underneath there? King of Cups, okay? Yeah. So look at all the food he's got. Look at all that harvest that he's enjoying. Luxury, lushness, plenty, abundance. Again, like you might get a little portly if you're just eating all this rich food a lot, but it's a good thing because it feels like that's a recovery from being in this quote-unquote starvation mode for too long. And so even though these windows are boarded up here in the card, I'm actually seeing it as though it's like the lights in the house are coming back on and everything is being fixed and being remodeled and being rebuilt in such a way that it is I'm hearing much faster than you thought, and it's making for a wonderful home. Okay. I want to read the golden egg, so let me find that in the guidebook. Okay. Message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern-day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. Yeah, warmth and quiet, that's definitely what we were talking about before. Even just the lizard sitting on the rock, it feels very much like warmth and quiet. I just saw a cobra bite and the venom being extracted. So this is a very healing new year, new start, new fresh beginnings. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. So the magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. The golden egg and the fourth chakra. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. This energy center, called Anahata, is the home of the self or soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation, waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. So the heart chakra has to do with love, connections, relationships, romance, marriage, family, community, connections, friendship, all of those things. And I'm seeing that here. A lot of Tauruses that I've ever connected with, my mom was a Taurus, my boyfriend's a Taurus. A lot of Taurians have heart chakra dominant soul blueprints. I just want to weirdly mention that. And also Leo is associated with the heart chakra as well. Okay. So this new year brings about a lot of healing in spaces that are the opposite from what you experienced before. So where there was lack, there's abundance. Where there was struggle, there is ease. Where there was rejection, there is acceptance and love and proper support that actually nourishes and settles you and makes you feel truly safe to open up, to be vulnerable, to be loved, to not only be in that space, but to truly receive it and feel grateful and to have that gratitude fill you up from top to bottom like a cup. It just feels like Ace of Cups energy. You're going to be overflowing in this new year. You're going to have a lot of fun. The cups are going to be flowing. So, drink responsibly kind of thing. And make sure that you're allowing yourself to move slowly, because this is what's protecting you. This is what's creating this golden egg. So don't push, don't rush, don't force. Let yourself move slowly. Let yourself take your time. Let you kick your feet up. Kick your feet up. Fully indulge. Group number 2. Best wishes, my friends. That is the message for your year ahead, or for the energy of the new year. Let's put it that way. Thank you so much for being here. What a wonderful reading. I really enjoyed doing this, and I love it when there are positive messages. I don't control the messages, I'm just the messenger, but I am always very happy to deliver a good one. So I love you guys, and I'm wishing you the best for the year ahead and beyond. Many blessings. Until next time. Bye. All right, hi group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Confetti Bear. This is one that I've had since Beanie Babies were a thing. Like what, 2000? Late 90s? Awesome that he's endured this long. So this is the TY2K. Get it? Like TY2K, Y2K? I love that. So it says red, yellow, green, and blue. Let's have some fun, me and you. So join the party and let's all say Happy New Millennium from TY2K. I'm hearing from me to you, something about an offer or a gift that's given from me to you, the hands. I'm being shown an offering like this. So in this new year, you could be giving a lot. You could be receiving a lot. It's like from me to you, and it feels well placed, or it feels well given. Something about well shaped I'm hearing as well. And Kitty's in the background. Kitty is for confirmation. She's kind of yowling. Come here, sweetheart. Okay, sorry, I got very distracted with Kitty because she would not stop meowing. I made a little bed for her beside me. Now she's just kind of wandering around below my feet. So where was I? Y2K, from me to you, an offering. Oh yeah, I made a little bed for her. I offered her this bed and she was like, nah, I'm good. She walked around, but she settled down now. So it's even just like the act of offering it calmed her down. Oh, hi, sweetie. But she's still there. Oh, she just went over onto it. Oh, no, she didn't. She passed right over it. Okay, never mind. Anyways, It feels like the gifts that you're giving are being received very well. And these could be gifts that you're giving from your own gift. Like you have a special gift. Maybe it's a spiritual gift. Maybe it's a talent of some kind. Maybe it's a skill. Maybe it's some kind of artistry or artisan work. Maybe it could be anything, like a mechanic. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a skill. It's a gift. And you have an aptitude for that. And then there's something about offering that skill up or sharing it or giving it freely, maybe with compensation, maybe not, but it's coming energetically from this place of offering. So there's no conditions, there's no strings attached. And so this new year energy for you, group number 3, is feeling equal. It's feeling equitable. It's feeling very satisfying as well, because it's like you're able to do a good deed, and the act of doing that is very self-satisfying. But at the same time, you're also satisfying the other person. So it's a win-win. You both get something out of it, and it's not conditional. In the example that I'm being shown, it's not conditional. It's unconditional. What's the opposite of conditional? Unconditional. So let's take a look and find out what else is going on. Okay, I'm being drawn to this herbal alchemy deck or herbal astrology deck. I can't remember which one it is. Millennium. The Millennium Falcon is coming through for some reason. What's the Millennium Falcon? That's from Star Wars, isn't it? Yes, it is. Thank you, Kitty. Han Solo. You may have been doing something very solo, and now you're getting some kind of companionship to be able to go along with, like, to have somebody on your side, to have somebody back you up. You have chamomile, inner peace. Number 9, that's the number of the hermit. So that's kind of what I was just getting, like solo, being alone. And now you've got a little buddy, like a sidekick. You got a sidekick of some kind, like Chewbacca and Han Solo roaming around the galaxy. So you've really got a lot to offer. Something about a long distance trip I just heard as well, a long distance trip. Okay, you have Lavender with the Weaver. She's carrying her baby with her, and this is a baby as well. So maybe your sidekick is a child. Sage, blessing. Pau Darko, metamorphosis. The womb space there. Yeah, okay. So there could be something that you're giving birth to, or this could be, if you're a mother, this could be part of this message or part of what the offering is that you provide. Yeah, motherwort, strength, and again, the womb. Okay, now these two that came out were in reverse. And the metamorphosis word is really standing out to me. Metamorphosis. Psilocybin commune. But I almost wanted to say commune, like a commune of people that all come together from different walks of life and connect and have different skills, like bartering and trading is coming through. So there's something about fertility that's important here this year. I'm getting something about a disappointment, perhaps around pregnancy or fertility. It could be metaphorical, could be literal. Jurgen Sacha, transfiguration. This is reminding me of the Tower card in the tarot. So yeah, it's a little bit shocking or disappointing in some way. But it doesn't feel like it prevents you from doing what you meant to do. You have Reishi here with retreat, but it may lead you into a retreat. It may lead you into some solo time to find inner peace, or to, I'm hearing the word reconcile, but I was going to say to go on a distance trip with somebody who feels like you're alone when you're with them. I mean, in a good way, not like you feel lonely when you're with them, but they don't drain your social battery. They help to recharge you. And so when you're together, it just kind of feels like you can introspect in the same way that you would do when you were alone. I don't know if I'm communicating this well, but that's kind of the sense that I'm getting. So let's keep going and we'll see if we get more clarity here. Ayahuasca rebirth, and there's the child in the womb again. Yeah, there's something about maybe like a miscarriage or menopause or like something to do with birth and fertility. Okay. Lemon balm, nurture, or maybe it's something to do with motherhood. Maybe that's the gift. Again, the offering is to do with motherhood in some way. Or fatherhood. It's the same nurturing energy. Okay, let me see what else. Nettle action. Something about to the mountains. Maybe taking a road trip. And then I'm hearing short distance to long distance. Something about a long distance call is coming through as well, like a long distance phone call. Horsetail, patience. Patience. I'm going to keep going with this deck because I still feel it. Blue Lotus, intuition. Yeah, my intuition was like, keep going. Something about pairs, like moving in pairs. Again, the sidekick keeps coming up, and the offerings. Harmony. The hand is out, the scales are balanced. What's being given is the equal to what's being received. Venus. Palo Santo, guardian. No, I'm still going to keep going this way. Rose, love. I'm hearing something about bonding. And it's in your hands, I heard as well. And then Bobbin Sana, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it says trust. So if there is some kind of a disappointment, have trust in the knowing that it's actually leading you deeper into yourself. And there's still things that you can do, things that you can offer. It's taking you into this rebirth process because it is requiring a retreat. Oh, and I just heard by the end of the year, there will be a celebration. By the end of the year, there will be a celebration. So if at any point it feels like you just want to escape in some way or things are not flowing smoothly, that will change. On the bottom, purity and wealth is under there as well. Okay. The past life oracle is calling my name here. So there's something about past lives connected to this as well. The millennium, yeah, it's maybe it's like a current past life, as in your childhood. It's like a past life, but it's in this incarnation. Or it could be a literal past life, a previous incarnation. Something about social status I just heard as well. But I'm getting kind of like bits and pieces in your reading, group number 3. I'm not getting like the whole story. I'm being given puzzle pieces, clues, but I don't yet see how they all fit together. You've got Greco-Roman coming through. I heard treasure. Something about the treasure of the womb. Literal or metaphorical, I'm not sure, but treasure of the room. Oh, room, I meant to say womb, but room. Treasure of the room. Making space for something. Karmic relationship. And it feels like it's meant to come together, or this person, this relationship it may require patience from you, and you may have to navigate it intuitively because it does cause a lot of transformation, which can be difficult. It takes a lot of strength. It's pushing you into a rebirth. You have to trust that process, but there's a deep love here. And so the offering and the balance between you and this person who may have had a relationship in a past life it's like you're better able to handle the circumstances in this lifetime. Maybe the past lifetime there was a miscarriage, and then in this lifetime you're able to conceive. It's that kind of message. It doesn't have to be that literally. That could just be the symbolism behind it. But it's like what happened the last time is being balanced out this time around. And there's celebration in that. And I keep hearing by the end of the year, you will be celebrating. By the end of the year. Angels. And I'm hearing angels' blessings. And you did have the blessings card there as well. And angel guardians. Where was the guardian card? Down here. Palo Santo. Sage is the blessing card. Yeah, Sage is the blessing card and Palo Santo is the guardian card. Both of those are for cleansing. Cleansing the room. Cleansing the space. Cleansing the womb. Something, I just heard Shaktipat transmission, and I'm being shown like a yoga center somewhere or something. Shaktipat transmission. Something about an energy cleanse. Okay, we have finances. Forgiveness. These doves mate for life. I just heard that. These doves mate for life. Farm. Asia. I'm hearing reborn. And Atlantis. Okay. Yeah, something again about this long distance trip. Well, I mean, if it's from lifetime to lifetime, that's a very long distance trip. If it's from one millennium to the next, that's a very long distance trip. You have imprisonment or slavery on the bottom. And I'm being drawn back to the Metamorphosis card. So, and the number 7, trust. It feels like you may have been kind of trapped in a cycle because of what happened previously, like because of what occurred in this the last lifetime. I didn't mean to say last lifetime. I meant to say past lifetime. But if it was in fact the last lifetime, something about it kept kind of creeping into your reality. Something about it kept, I'm hearing figuring it out. You were trying to figure it out, and I'm being shown fingers. Something about counting the fingers and toes. Oh, don't you do that when a baby's born? Isn't that like a thing? You count their fingers and toes to make sure they're healthy or something like that. Not super practical, but one of those traditions. But it feels representative. It feels representative of either this literal birth or a rebirth symbolically from that previous pattern or that previous lifetime, something that didn't get off the ground before or didn't end well. And you were kind of stuck in that cycle. And this karmic relationship comes in as a sidekick, as a friend, as a beneficial partner, as a romantic love relationship, as a child that helps you to resolve any of the notions that life is unfair, any of the notions that you cannot win, any of the notions that your skill or your gift cannot be offered with integrity and an open heart and full trust. That's all coming through. It could be one of those things. It could be all of those things. So you take it as it resonates and what hits home for you. But it feels to me intuitively and energetically as though it is the resolve that you needed. And now I'm being shown steering the ship. And again, I'm being shown the Millennium Falcon. Falcons could be important for you. Falcons, something about nighthawk, hawks in general. They are the messengers between worlds, between the sky and the earth, between heaven and the earth. And angels. Yeah. So there's a major cleansing that is occurring as you walk this new path of destiny, and as it occurs to you how this is reflective of what didn't happen before. It brings a lot of peace. It brings a lot of inner peace. I'm seeing a reunion, actually, a reunion of souls. It's like you lost someone and they come back. So maybe somebody literally died in a previous lifetime, and then in this lifetime, you make that choice to come back together again. And it is a reunion. And there may be some stuff that needs forgiveness, but I'm being shown like mating for life, whether it's romantically or platonically, just being together for the long haul, going the distance, putting in the time. That's coming through. Okay, I'm being drawn to this tarot deck, the Everyday Witch Tarot. I'm hearing the word sustainability, and I'm being shown commune, and the farm, self-sustainability or sustainability in what is offered and what is received. Something that was once taken advantage of becomes honored, valued, and appropriately so. Okay, 9 of Swords. The Hanged Man. Yeah, something that was imprisoning you, but it was in your mind. I mean, it wasn't literally imprisoning you. It was mentally and emotionally imprisoning you. Mentally, mostly. In the mind, in the realms of thought. But it had you locked up. But you have the key, or this other person has the key, and they provide it. They offer it to you, you offer it to them. And you come out of it unscathed. 8 of Cups, you're able to move on. You're able to forgive what happened in the past and to benefit from the blessings of the angels, because you finally see both sides of it, or you finally understand or achieve what you were after, what you were looking for, what you meant to experience. The Chariot. This is a vehicle, so I was kind of seeing a long-distance road trip, too. Maybe a literal one in a car together, or in a vehicle of some kind. You could be looking at a new vehicle or getting a new vehicle, and I love that she's got the sidecar here, and I mentioned sidekick, like she's got the little sidecar there. So you've got friends that are sidekicks to you, or you've got... Hold on, I just heard something about personal finances. I just got really interrupted there. Personal finances and something about making an investment. Making an investment in what? 3 of Swords, forgiveness, making an investment in forgiveness, or allowing yourself and your heart to heal. It's a great investment because it ends up paying off in dividends elsewhere in your life. Karma is definitely important here because I'm hearing reap what you've sown. You get the High Priestess. Intuition. Something about lasting lifetime effects. And there's that 2 of Cups. This is the partnership, the relationship, the love, the romance, the karmic, whatever this is. Friendship, relationship, whatever. But it's offering you something. It's meant to. This cat is offering the fish to this cat. You see? Something's being offered. Something's being offered and received. And I'm hearing get the drift, get the gist. 5 of Cups. I keep hearing moving on, moving on. You're able to move on. Moving on from what was lost. Moving on from what didn't work, what fell. The fall of Atlantis. You're finally able to forgive yourself or the other person or just the universe in general, the higher powers. Like, why did this happen to me? Because I'm being shown somebody crying on the edge of a cliff, lamenting to the gods, why have you forsaken me? And in this lifetime, there's an adjustment period I'm being shown, but an investment of goodwill, good faith, or trust, following your intuition, seeing where it led you, connecting with the right people in the right ways, it is significant. And something about a significant other or a best friend, oh, sorry, my throat, and the birth, either literally or symbolically, of something new between you two, it really brings about the closure that you needed from that previous cycle. You really needed it. And now you're able to move on. You're able to commit to that relationship for the long haul and have that trust and have that connection be the healing balm that you needed, that your soul needed. And then when you exit this life towards your final destination, you will be free. You will be free. That's not happening anytime soon, by the way. But at the end of your life, hopefully 90 plus years from now, or whenever your soul has chosen to leave, it's not needing to continue to repeat that cycle. You don't need to necessarily reincarnate with those same wounds or patterns attached to you. And you won't. And the people who were involved in the healing of this, they will stay with you. They're part of your soul. I'm hearing soul membership, but I was going to say like soul family. They're part of your force field. They're part of your energy field. They're part of your clan at the soul level. And I don't know why Star Wars keeps coming up. So maybe there's some starseed energy here, but I'm seeing like Luke and Leia and Han Solo and Chewbacca in the Millennium Falcon. It's like they all kind of find each other and they are intertwined. Their destinies and their fates are all intertwined, and they all have each other's backs. They all support each other. They love each other in different ways. Let's get a closing message from the animal spirit guides. But deers could be significant. We have bat and lamb. Something about innocence and purity on the bottom. We have fish. Pisces could be significant. Oh, and otter. The otter, the fish, it's offered. Between friends. Otters always remind me of friendship. You had dolphins here, which also remind me of friendship. You had this Two of Cups, which can talk about friendship, not just romantic partners. Lamb and bat. Okay, let's take a look at lamb. I just flipped to the deer card and I felt like my body pause on it, and I couldn't keep flipping. And then I looked at it. It says loving, intuitive, graceful, and the mother. You had intuitive, you have love, and you had that mother energy coming up. So I did want to mention that. If you want to read it, you can pause. I'll hold it up so you guys can pause and read it if you want to. I can see it says nurturing children here. So this is definitely part of this karmic pattern and what this new year is allowing you to resolve. Okay. Lamb. Where's the lamb? Oh, look at that. The lamb, peaceful, prophetic, and patient. And you had patience. And then right after it was the blue lotus, the intuition card. And you have the high priestess. So very, very much, this is like a prophecy. The lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you, and I'm hearing within your soul. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. When in balance, it is knowingness and inner peace. We started out here with inner peace. Like, look at that. Inner peace. This is what's coming. When out of balance, it's quiet, timid, or concerned. To bring it into balance, meditation and listening. The number 77 just stood out to me as well. So sequences of sevens could be important. Life path 7, that's really about trust. I'm one of those. And then let's look at the bat. Darkness, letting go. Death leading to rebirth. Where do you have the rebirth card? Somewhere in there. Oh, I can see it poking out right here. Rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. Yeah, that's what I was that's what I was saying. I was like, you're able to move on. Man, wow. Okay, yeah. No more lingering in the past. No more lingering in the past. When in balance, it accepts, adapts, and adjusts. When out of balance, it refuses to let go or reminisces. To bring it into balance, watch the sunrise. So no more lingering in the past. You're able to move on. Something about setting it and forgetting it, I just heard. And it's connected to mother energy. I keep feeling that coming through, so I'm going to say it. Okay, is there anything else that group number 3 needs to know here in regard to this new year energy? Yeah, this is so much more than a new year for you, group 3, because it's an entirely new karmic cycle. You're purified, cleansed, washed of the sins of whatever that past life was. And I don't mean sins in the biblical sense. I mean sins as in the pain that you carried, or the animosity that you held, or the destruction that came from that, and the fear, the anger, all of that. It's just lower vibrational emotion and energy, thought, etc. And that's being washed away. That's being cleansed. And so this new year holds complete fulfillment and new potential that is unprecedented in terms of what has come before in the cycles that you've lived through maybe the last couple of lifetimes. So I want to say that your soul is proving to yourself that you can accomplish what you set out to accomplish. It just needed to be done in the right way with the right team for the right reasons and at the right timing. So I hope that makes sense. I'm sending you lots of blessings for the year ahead. Much love and grace. I'm also hearing the word grace. Much grace from the divine. Okay, guys. Love you. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye.